Canadian Women in Ocean Industries Leadership Conference 2023. My name is Kelly, and this is the Diversity in the Blue Economy podcast with Gale Force Wins. And today we have a wonderful guest, Mr. Randy Billard. He is the CEO and founder, am I correct?
Correct.
In the Virtual Marine. So tell us a little bit about yourself and as well Virtual Marine.
Sure thing. So I've been with Virtual Marine for 18 years. We started as a project within Moore University and National Research Council 18 years ago with a pretty big goal, and that's to improve the safety of life at sea.
Yeah, definitely.
In a nutshell, that's what Virtual Marine does. We build training simulators so people can practice real emergency events, like launching a lifeboat from an oil and gas platform into a 7-meter sea. We build simulators so people can practice that, have that experience safely. So in the event that they have to actually launch from a platform in an emergency, they believe they've done it a few times in a simulator.
Yeah.
I know what to do and have the confidence and competence to do so.
Yeah, definitely. And my brother was actually recently at your facilities learning a lot. So what are some of the technologies that you are most proud of at your facility that have been able to help in reinforce safety?
Okay, sure. So most of our simulators are small boat trainers. Our primary product is a lifeboat simulator where you get inside the cockpit of a lifeboat. Again, you launch in the high sea states and you bob around on a motion bed or with VR goggles on, and you practice launching a lifeboat into a 7-meter sea.
Yeah.
So we're very proud of that one. That one is regulatory accepted. It's accepted worldwide. We've changed regulation to where it become the preferred way that people train for disaster emergencies. We specialize in other small boat simulators. We have fast response boat simulators, which are used by Coast Guards and Navies and oil response to teach people how to operate small boats in a number of situations. Yeah. And our upcoming and growing field is in ice. So we've also built ice management simulators for groups like the Coast Guard and Navy to experience what it's like to move into the north or move into the Arctic and encounter ice, pack ice, breaking ice, and again do so in a safe way without having to damage yourself or the vessel.
Yes, definitely. And you clearly, with your company, you have been able to incorporate not only technology into the marine world, but as well academia, industry. You're clearly very well versed in all aspects of the ocean. Is there any projects you guys are currently working on that you are super excited about, or anything for the future for Virtual Marine?
Yeah. So we pride ourselves very much on being a Newfoundland company and a Canadian company, because as you mentioned, a lot of the work that we're doing is mobilizing the expertise in ice and harsh environments and vessel modeling into our simulators. So a lot of the research projects we're involved with right now, which include our partners at Moore University and National Research Council, is to build more high fidelity simulators or simulations of ice and whatnot. How do we inject better training, better machine learning, better adaptive training modules, so we can get people on their training path and through it quicker and better? And how do we make them overachieve the standard of performance that's expected of a seafarer? So most of the training done today gets people to they're compliant, they can do what they need to do. But how do we get them to do more and become more confident and more competent? How to retain their skills? So a lot of the research projects that we're doing there are measuring human performance and then enabling machine learning and AI technologies to measure them. And effectively what we're doing is we're building the digital twin of human performance that we can then use to build better trainers and better trainees.
Yeah, so you're obviously working a lot with safety aspects, and are you working with any other such as like environmental? You said you're working on the ice and everything. Is there anything research-wise that's coming up with you guys, or if you're allowed to talk about it?
I can't. Well, the application is we're a marine simulation company, so the applications are primarily safety. But that safety and environmental response are all things that are projects and simulations that we're working on. Oil spill response, wind farming, everything. Where the world is going in green energy and blue economy is where we are, more or less. So while we're primarily involved in training for oil and gas and Coast Guard, the use of simulation to practice operational procedures for oil spill response or to deal with emergencies in the north. These are all things that research projects that we're leading into.
Yeah.
And these apply to different groups like the Navies and Coast Guards as well as oil and gas, our primary groups.
Yes,
so.
yep, which is wonderful. It's good to see that you are bringing so many different communities together into a space, and also especially where we're in the age of technology, it is so important, and we should use it more as an asset rather than an important tool, because it has been very important and we've progressed so much. So it's wonderful to see that you have incorporated technology into the ocean industry,
yes,
because
correct.
It's always been there. So yeah, and as well, I've heard that you guys are moving to a bigger facility.
Correct.
You must be excited about that.
Yeah, very much so. So we're going to be one of the companies that are going to be located at the New Innovation Center
Awesome.
in St. John's. Yeah, and as a company, we're growing. We've doubled in size over the last year or so. We've got new projects, a lot more clients, but also doing a lot more collective research here in Newfoundland. We still have great collaborations with Moore University, National Research Council, and that's helped us grow our research teams. And a lot of our expansion, is for increased production. But another good part of our expansion is us building facilities that can be jointly used for collaborations with our academic partners, other small companies, and our research partners here in Newfoundland.
Awesome. I'm so glad to be able to speak with you today, and thank you for taking time out of your day to do this with us.
Of course.
Your session just occurred about research and everything else. Is there anything you would like to mention about the session that like anything you learned or anything you found piqued your interest from the session?
So our session itself was on gender equality, more or less. And I gotta say, we've been lucky, and I've been personally lucky to work with a lot of strong women in engineering through my PhD program and whatnot. We need more. That's probably the best way I can frame this. We're one of the companies that are really passionate about having more female engineers and technicians in our company, as well as leaders in our company that can help grow our diversity. At the same time, I think we got a lot of work to do. One of the things I mentioned in my session is that even though I see high schools start off with classes of almost 50-50 men and women, I see when we get into the engineering faculties and whatnot that number goes down quite a bit. So one of our goals is how do we spark the interest of people earlier in their thinking about careers and in the high schools and at their initial university levels, so they enter the ocean tech community and they believe they can not just have a job here in Newfoundland and Labrador, but a career here in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for being such a wonderful ally to all of the women and other marginalized individuals who are in the ocean industry. So thank you very much, Randy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.